What's good with you guys, man? This is your boy Young Thanos, and I'm coming back to you with another tutorial on how to use automation to create movement in your sound. Now, word of advice for beginners just starting out. If I was you, I would not automate everything. What I'll do is I would listen to my track first, and then I would decide what sound sounds good moving. You know what what sound. Just pick and choose your sounds wildly. Just don't have the whole track moving out. You possibly could do that. Like I said, I'm an advocate in telling you what sounds good to you sounds good to you. So do what you do. But just for future reference, everything doesn't sound great moving like that. So you just want to pick and choose what you want to move. Now I have two sounds. This is a beat I had worked on. I had this in the other tutorial about how to utilize velocity to make piano sound more realistic. So this is the same beat. It's just that I'm going to compare to you the piano and this sound right here. I don't even know what it is anymore, but this is the piano, and I'm going to be creating movement with this sound right here, just so it'll have some movement to it, a nice little texture. And then actually, since the piano is straight down the middle mono, this turns this more into like a stereo, in and out stereo feel. So it creates a nice vibe. First, I'm gonna let you hear what it is by both of them by themselves, not with all the sounds, just these two that I muted. So that's how it sounds. What I'm going to do specifically is I'm going to go right here to this one specifically, and I'm going to automate this one against this one, so that this is going to stay in the middle. This is going to have some movement. So but all you got to do in FL Studio, let me go on and say that FL Studio, you can automate everything. So don't worry, this applies to you if you have FL Studio. Even if you have the lowest version of it, I'm pretty sure you can do automations. So I noticed that that's my piano, and this is that sound that I just told you about. So you notice that I already got some panning going on, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna right click, create an automation clip. Now you notice the automation clip, it went all the way down to the bottom. So just for the reference, what I'm gonna do just for this video, I'm gonna fix it later, but grab these, drop them down one, click that. Oh no, get that out of my way. Grab this, bring this up so it's right up under the sound in which I'm automating. So now you see this is automation for insert 6. This is attached to insert 6, so it makes sense. And to do automations a better way, I normally just open this up. And the first thing that I check before I do anything is where this, and hover over this. You notice it says 41%. So that's exactly where you had it when you created your first pan in the first place. So you want to keep that at 41%. And when you are dipping, and when you're dipping and you want to come back to center point, you come back to that 41%. You don't actually go back to center because your original panning was not centered. So I wouldn't advise throwing it off that much. Just hover over this, see what 41%, and then that's where you stick to. That's what you're sticking to. So we got this sound. Now since I kept it in MIDI for a reason, because it's a lot easier to see what I'm panning and what I'm not panning. So I noticed. Let me go up here and mute the piano, and I'm gonna play this. Okay, so what I'm planning on doing is that I hear this, and I want the next one to kind of be going to the left side. So what I'm gonna do is come back here, hover over that one, spread it open, so I know where I'm at. Drop that marker right here. So y'all know I'm on that point. And then one thing I've learned about this automation is that you gotta have at least two. So I'm just gonna pan this like that. Put this like this. So I noticed that right here is my 41%. I want to keep that at 41%, but I want these to be slowly drifting. So I'm going to pull this back a little bit, pull this back. I'm going to go up to 60. Raise that up. Let's listen to how that sounds. Go to the middle. Throw one on there. Listen to it again. I want this to the reason I'm going right before, because if you do that, then you'll have a little bit more control. I want this to go a little farther, so I did the last one at 60. I did this one 58% technically, 60% right here. I'm gonna go a little farther with this one, 76. I'll keep it right there just to not make it so complicated. Okay, we're gonna listen to that. Keep that back at 41%. I don't want it to veer off from that. Put it right back here, 41. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and I'll put this right here, because see, I'm looking at it because this has this little rhythm going on, and I'm looking at it like, how could I 1 2 3 1 2 3. So I'll actually do it right here and start the pan right here, because this, lift this up, then from this point I want it to go down, but actually beyond you just want to throw like weird stuff in there, you know what I mean? But make sure it just loves to move too. Go back to 41%. So now I'm gonna play this with the piano. So simply, if you heard that, what it did was it just gave it move it. It kind of made it get out of the way from time to time. I can also make a video about side chaining, how you can side chain multiple things, but just to give this a movement, a more unnatural movement, but to the ear it just sounds like it's going back and forth. That's why I didn't stay. If you noticed, if you look right here, if you look at him, I didn't. I could have easily just marked this right here, right at the edge of it, and then made that shift completely left, and then got right here, made that shift completely right, and then kept doing for each part, making them shift like very hard to the left and very hard to the right. But what I did was I wanted it to just flow in and out, and it sound like it's moving. So I also have another piano. I don't know if this might act kind of crazy, but because my computer ain't all that good, but I want you to hear what it sounds like with the stacked piano, because I actually have a stacked piano on this. Hold on, let me add the piano. The piano ain't even on. Okay, here you go. It's acting kind of crazy, but you get the picture. I really believe that this technique, as simple as it is, it can make a very big difference in your song, in your beats, and stuff like that. To give stuff some movement. Like I said, side chaining is a way to have something move out of the way for something else, so that particular thing you want to stick out will stick out. Um, Panning is another way, but automation is also another way. So just utilize all the resources, anything that you have available to you. Try to use it. And this is your boy Young Thanos. And like, comment, subscribe, man. And I'm out of here, man. Request. Let me know something.